Hey, hello everybody. Haven't said hello in a while, so I thought I wanted to give you an update. Today's Wednesday, May 6th, and just as a ballpark figure, most of you should have 2 projects done now. I gave you 5 major choices. You should have finished 2 of them by tonight, or at least by this Friday. I'll put a grade in for the second major project this weekend. Some of you have 3 or 4. There may even be some people with 5 by now. I'll update the grades again later this week. If you have grading concerns or things that you're missing, please email me, but I think the grades are pretty up to date right now. So it should be easy for all of you to get an A on the remote learning part. I've changed the requirements from 6 projects to get an A to 5. When the state went away from giving grades instead, or went away from, when they went away from pass fail and asked us to give grades instead, then I moved the requirement down for a variety of reasons. But anyways, it's a little bit easier now. It should be real straightforward. If you've gotten 2 done, you're in great shape. The projects are not real long or super difficult. Most of them should be pretty easy and creative. So please, if you haven't gotten 2 done yet, get started on them. Start with whichever ones you like, and work in any order you want, but get a couple of them turned in. Okay. Wanted to just give you some other thoughts too. Like, here's the greenhouse that I talked about when I did that April Fool's thing, and it was clearly not a true story, but the greenhouse was a true story. So I've been spending some time out here in the yard and the garden. Linthwaite, he climbs trees. I grow giant pumpkins. These are 2 giant pumpkin plants that I've started that I'll only grow one of them. They have different genetics. One of them is supposed to be a real pretty giant pumpkin that's orange. The other one's supposed to be a real big giant pumpkin. I'll have to make a decision at some point, but this is my little world here. Of how you get them started. They start in here and they grow until probably June. The greenhouse comes down and then the plants take off, and they pretty well will fill in that area down there where the greenhouse is set up. So there's a little thing about what I've been doing in my spare time. Hey, I just posted that assignment for that environmental artwork, and I think it's pretty straightforward, and the descriptions are fine, but I started going out in the yard. I was thinking maybe I'd do that assignment this week, and I just wanted to give you an idea what brainstorming might look like. I was walking around out here and just starting to think about things that I could pick up or make into stuff, and I saw this tree, which was this, it's got flowers, and those petals have all kind of rained on the ground down there. And so one idea might be to do something cool with those flower petals, because they're white, and I could put them up against something. And I started looking at this big stack of wood under the deck, and I thought about making some kind of wooden sculpture or combining it with something else. And so I just started kind of exploring around the yard and trying to find things that I could organize. And I'll go back and do the project probably this week along with you all. And give you a demonstration in there by the end of the week, because you can pick that project anytime. The other thing is, I saw this big, we're doing some landscaping in the backyard, and we've been moving these rocks around. So I could see organizing those rocks, maybe stacks of rocks with those white petal flowers or different things like that. So I'm just kind of looking for textures or shapes or colors of things that I could deal with back here. In this corner of the yard, I noticed all of these blackberry sticks and little twigs, and I thought those might be interesting. And so I'm just looking at things, for whatever textures or surfaces or materials I could use to manipulate, even chunks of old grass for color. So those are, me just starting to think my way through this project. And I just need to spend some time and start moving some things around. Here's some wood chips, bark chips that are, that I could play around with. So I'm going to, start that at some point this week. I'll pick those materials up and just start sitting out here and chilling and building stuff and looking at pictures. And so I think the environmental art this week when it's sunny out should be a great outlet. You just go out in your yard or go to the park, or if you get away from people and go someplace where out on the trail and do it or whatever. Okay. Again, if you don't have access to outside, don't worry about that project. Just pick one of the other ones. And I'll put another project up, project number 6, that will go up by the end of the week, first part of next week. And I'll just keep dumping them in there. And so those of you that are chomping at the bit to just God, just let me know when I'm done, then just do the ones as we're going. Like we're at number 5 right now, which would mean if you'd finished the first 5 assignments, if you wanted to be done, then you would have done what you needed to do to earn your grade. If you are having a great time with it and you want to keep working along, that's awesome. Or if you want to wait for another assignment or two to get one that's sort of more fitting to you, then that's cool too. Okay. I do miss being in the classroom with you. This thing is certainly pretty distant, and I'm tired of being at home and isolated and all that stuff. But I want to say hello, and I hope you're all doing well. Please email me at any time if you have any concerns. I hope you have a great week. Bye.